know why I keep forgetting that. I should have a little sticky note on my monitor to record. Anyway, respect, 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 right? Respect in history. So this is actually a really, really strong support slash resistance, right? It finally broke down, down, down. It could come back up, retest, and come back down. Now it did hit the EMA, so it might not actually go up all the way. It might just get stuck right here, but it could just push up a little bit and then come back down. Usually Trendwave is pretty good at figuring out retest area. So we have this box right here, right? This box right here. And then we also have the yellow line that's right here. And usually Trendwave is pretty good at predicting of it coming back up to retest, but we don't know if that's actually going to happen, right? But that is something that we could watch for Bitcoin there. All right, so 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. 5-minute is here at the, ooh, we got our yellow line here. We got that respect line right here. We got the RSI at the bottom. Okay, what does Killshot say? No. All right, and this is why we always have to double check Killshot right here. Because it did look good on Trendwave. It looked great actually. And look at that, it just switched over to a that is so funny. I love when it happens in real time. I love that so much. Okay. All right, the 1 hour, once again, we have that break, the retest of this yellow line, and we have our box here, so it's probably going to come up, retest. We have the 1 hour almost at the top. Hopefully it could come back here. So this is another one you can watch. Since we can trade crypto over the weekend, Ethereum and Bitcoin is definitely something that you can keep an eye on for what I'm showing you guys here. 30-minute, nope. 15-minute, nope. 5-minute, nope. And once again, you can also look at these here to see whether or not it's actually going to go all the way up. As you can see, it's kind of doing an engulfing right now, but we do have another 15 minutes, so it might not actually be an engulfing by the end of it, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on. We're going to stay away from anything AUD, JPY, NZD, CHF because obviously they're already asleep. They're already gone for the week. So we're going to stay with Euro, GBP, USD, and CAD. Wanting to be more careful with Euro and GBP because they are about to close their banks in not too many hours. All right, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. This could be potentially good. 5-minute right here. Maybe. Because it's kind of looking like maybe a flag or a pennant. Kinda, but it's a little bit ugly because usually a pennant or a flag kind of goes up and then like down like this, so kind of looks like this more than up. But we'll see. We'll see. What does kill shot say? Up. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and write down Euro. Was it Euro CAD? Where's my paper? There it is. Oh wait, we're actually in a trade for that right now, aren't we? So never mind. We're just gonna. Oh, we could get back in for a 5-minute. Remember, I was talking about compound trading. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. If it does turn out to be a flag pattern, it does turn out to basically do so basically we have the lines here and it comes back up, comes down, and then goes back up, then we could that would be a compound trade right there, is adding to the trade that we already have. But if you're new to it and you don't want to do that, don't do it. You're perfectly fine with the other trade that we already took. Moving on, your GBP. This is going to be a slow currency, so we're probably not going to see anything here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Break and retest within the same 3 hours. Yep. 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. Yeah. There again, you can see it perfectly here again. Just so you guys see it. I want you guys to see it as many times as possible. So we got our box right here. It broke, retested, went up. I'm glad that they're helpful. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. You guys see the retest right here, right? Go and drop a one if you see that retest because this is like the most important part of my strategy when it comes to trend wave. Yep, bop, bop. There you go. Is that retest, the BART break and retest. All right, perfect. Moving on. Euro USD, 1 hour. Oh, it still has to retest, so we're staying away from that. Actually, I want to see what Killshot says. Interesting. So unless it creates a flag pattern once again. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So 1 hour, once again, you can see this huge FVG. Come to 30 minute, it's at the top. 50 minute, it's at the top. 5 minute, it doesn't really apply because it's constantly going up and down, up and down. But it could potentially create a flag pattern. But we do have a rejection candle here. We do have a really strong rejection candle. However, the RSI is about to be at the bottom. So it might come down, retest, come down, fill the gap, then go back up. But alas, that could happen on Monday. That doesn't necessarily have to happen today. Euro USD, GBP CAD, 30 minute, 15 minute. Ooh, I like that. It's currently retesting, or not retesting, sorry. It's currently filling the gap. Look at that. That is more of a, honestly, this is more of a pennant than a flag. It's a kind of ugly. You guys see that? And then the pole is here. You guys see that? That is a flag slash pennant um pattern right here. This is, remember I was talking earlier, there was a different one, but it had it like up here, and I didn't like it. I was like, that's ugly. This is what it's supposed to look like right here, right? And whoops, daisy. And we do have the RSI at the bottom here. We do have it currently retest, so it could potentially retest all the way, not retest, sorry, fill the gap all the way down here. And then if kill shot is all blue, which I'm expecting red, yep. So I have some red here. So that is currently the filling of the gap. I can expect this to turn blue. Since we are looking at the 5 minute, we don't really care about these over here, but it'd be great if they turn blue as well. But for a 5 minute, that's a pretty strong setup. I'll be completely honest. This is pretty strong. This is pretty strong. I'm writing this down too. BBB cat 5 minute. Go ahead and drop a 2 if you understand, and go and drop a 3 if you're like, what the heck is she talking about? And this is how we use Trendwave, guys. This is how you start using Trendwave as a more advanced person. Like once you start hopping, on the calls more and you start seeing what I see, this is what I look for when I trade on my own on Trendwave. Not Trendwave, sorry, TradingView, right? You can start seeing the patterns and then eventually you don't even need Trendwave no more. All right, I'm glad. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, we can expect it to come to about right here. Once again, when it comes to like a cluster, again, I don't know how I need to actually research as to so I'd be able to actually I see what you see. So I can actually explain it properly, but you see this cluster right here? For some reason, the market just likes coming to here and then going up. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I need to actually do more research so I can properly explain why, and then maybe, it would help me too. GBP CAD, GBP USD. Everything GBP is going to be the same with it coming down to retest and whatnot, or to fill the gap. Well, that's a nice rejection candle. This might actually come down now. This might start coming down now. This is not a flag pattern. As you can see, it's more of a like a U shape. That's like a, oh, what's it called? What's the thing, that tool I forgot that you use, that the Grim Reaper uses and you like use to cut weeds? Sickle. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Look at that sickle. Not weeds, wheat. Yeah. Scythe. All of those because I know there's a short version, there's a long version. So, but yeah, that's not a flag pattern. I don't think that's even a pattern. But once again, we can expect to come away. We don't care about 5 minutes RSI that much because it constantly bounces up and down, right? But the 15 minutes saying going down and the 30 minutes about to cross, and then the 1 hour is on its way to the top. So once again, you can use multiple time frames to see that it wants to fill this FVG on the 1 hour. Once again, see, it's just I love when Trendwave just confirms, affirms things that I say. It makes me feel nice and bubbly inside. Okay. USD once again also has a strong FVG there. 30 minutes about to be at the bottom. 50-minute is crossing. Not kill shot. Trend wave is calling an uptrend. What's FVG? Fair value gap. Okay, let me explain that real quick since we don't, it does not seem because of the NFP, we probably won't have any actual trades to take because of fair value gaps. Okay, so no. So because, sorry, I got distracted there. So if we look at this huge candle right here, right? So we have this huge candle right here. It's a huge movement, right? We have to look at the previous one and we have to look at the one after, right? So obviously this one's not done yet because of the 15. So if we come down to the 30-minute, it would be right here. We have to go at the end of it, right? So it would be right here. Oh, sorry, that's so wrong. We have to go right here. My bad. Okay, anyway, so this gap right here, this gap, right? From this line to this line, that is a fair value gap. This gap cannot exist. It has to be filled. So basically, eventually, the market, this blue line, has to come back up and at least not actually touch it. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way up. Sometimes it goes only to here and then goes down, but it has to fill majority of this gap right here that we created. Do you guys see that? Tyler, do you understand? Go ahead and drop a two if you understand. Two. That's not Tyler. I want to make sure Tyler's the one who asked the question. So I want to make sure that Tyler is the one that understands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, okay, perfect. Anyway, so that is a fair value gap, right? Now, just because there is a gap does not mean it has to be filled within the next day, within the next hour, within the next 5 minutes. It can fill anytime it wants. Honestly, I've seen it not happen for an entire week. Right? I seen news happen, right? It like went all the way down here, right? And then the fair value gap was like this, and then it just kept going. It went up a little bit, it went down a little bit, and then finally came up and then it went down. Actually, one time it actually kept going up too. You know what I'm saying? Like that was an entire week of just nonsense going on over here. That was NAS 100, and that was around May this year that I think. No, that was not May. Actually, never mind. That was last year. That was around November timeframe, I believe. That was crazy because at that point I was still trying to predict reversals, and that's why I tell you guys don't predict reversals because I had to learn the hard way, and I don't want you guys to learn the hard way. So please don't predict reversals, guys. Okay, staying away from that, and that is it. That is all we got for Friday's session. So we do have written down two separate whatchamacallits currencies. That is Euro CAD and GBP CAD. 5 minute, both 5 minute, because GBP and Euro are about to close their banks, right? So we do have to be careful. So this is why I love the scanner so much. So the RSI is about to be at the bottom. We need to fill the FVG, and there's a resistance there. That was such a bad line. Then there's a resistance right here. So we can expect it to go up here pretty soon. But once again, we do not predict reversals. Do not go in for a buy just because we have some stuff going on here. You do need to understand how to properly trade um, rejection candles slash price actions slash all of that nonsense. And that would be more on the 1 minute, I believe. Have you been able to check out this smartphone? No, I have not. I've actually been really busy this week, so I have not been able to check it out, but I'm going to start checking out this weekend for sure. But yeah, all right. So let's go through. Let's go back to NAS and US 30 because, they always like to move while I'm talking. Dang. 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Look at that. Look at that. Beginning of the call. But the R side would have been really bad. I would have not called this anyway. Ah, 30 minute, 50 minute, 5 minute. Ooh, rejection candle. The doji. Doji. So usually when a doji, okay, let me give you guys some price action here. When a do so this is a doji. Basically, they don't know what the hell they want to do. Like, oh, we're going up, we're going down, we don't know. We're kind of just stuck here, right? However, if a doji has it at the top, we can expect it to go up. If it's like this, we can expect it to go down. Since we have it at the top, it's more of a cross looking, right? We can expect it to go up, but that does not mean that it's going to go up because rejection candles and singular candles are not a full indication of what's going to happen. We can expect it to go up, but does not mean that it's going to go up. Anyway, moving on. Let's go back to Bitcoin. 3 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute. No, we can expect that retest once again. So Bitcoin, I do like. I'm actually going to write it down. Oh, that is an F. That is not supposed to be an F. BTC 5 minute. Because once again, we have that fair value gap. So if I come up to the higher time frames, you can see the fair value gap even higher. Boom, fair value gap right here. We can expect it to come back up here. Anyway, moving on. Ethereum, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute. Once again, Ethereum, I'm writing to list. I'm writing down as well. And those are the only two cryptos I trade on Trendwave. I have not experimented with any of the other ones just because I just don't like trading crypto too much outside of that. That's why we definitely have to hop on those Thursday calls because the way that he explains everything, oh my goodness, I love it. Who was on his call yesterday? Some value was dropped, wasn't it? And now we go back to EuroCAD. EuroCAD, what, 5 minute? I didn't write it down. Oh no. I think it was 5 minute. I'm pretty sure it was 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minute. Oh no. We might miss it. It might not come down far enough for us to enter. But sometimes we do have that stop loss hunt, and it does have to touch, it doesn't have to, but it usually touches the EMA. So honestly, I am content with making this a buy limit. Maybe not, but it is kind of creating a flag, isn't it? Oh, we do have the rejection candle there. Maybe not. Never mind. I take that. No, we're not going to have FOMO. We're not having FOMO. So no, I take that back. Oops, it's easy. See, this one's already filled. This one's about to be filled here. It's like being a sniper, you have to be precise and if not, don't take the shot. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Especially with this strategy. Like if you follow every single one, you're gonna get the best possible trade. Obviously, not all of them are gonna go. Obviously, we hit SL with the XAUSD, but we did hit TP2 with the other one, and both of them followed perfectly fine. So we can expect it to go down a little bit more. See what Killshot says. Yeah, yeah. Well, moving on. Now we go back to other ones that I trade. Crazy. Silver. You can actually use this one too. I don't show them very often because it's not really too much of a indicator, but it is another one of those strong indicators if it's also lining up. So you see the wave that kind of creates right here, right? So if you see it coming down like this and it's about to cross this line right here, this one right here, right? You can see it coming down below it and it's calling a sell up here. It's one of those other strong confirmations as well. Now it doesn't necessarily indicate anything because as you can see here, it went down, was about to cross, and then went down again. So it's not that strong. However, it is something to look at if everything else lines up as well. Just giving you guys more and more confirmations. I don't want to confuse the beginners. That's why I don't usually talk about too many different confirmations. But let's bring this down because now I'm getting claustrophobic with having too much on my screen. There we go. It's okay. We'll be okay, right? I like keeping it simple. So the only one that I like right now for the next couple, like probably seeing something in the next hour is this one right here. I'm really liking this. It's coming down. It's currently coming down to fill this gap. It touched the EMA. Now the cloud did turn red. That's unfortunate. We do want the cloud to be the same color as the way we're trying to go. But once again, that is not a huge confirmation. It's just one of those, it would be nice if it were type of confirmations. Um, but yeah, see, and that's probably why the thing went what's called cloud went red. Unfortunate. Oh wait. And then the EuroCAD one is again, that's ugh, it is good. This could be a flag, like this could just be consolidation right before it pushes up. All right, let me go ahead and do that. It's kind of ugly. Wait a second. Is this a wedge? Wait a second, guys. It could be. See if you do it like this. And usually when you have something like this, a wedge or a ascending triangle, it could be so many different things. They're really all close. It usually comes up to the straight line. So obviously we have the upward moving, right? And then it comes up and then does this. So if this is a ascending triangle, wedge, whatever, then we could potentially actually go in for that buy if it comes back down here. But the thing is that it will come past this line, and I don't like that. So this is very much a FOMO type of trade for me, and I don't like that. But I still want you guys to see what I see. Still want you guys to see the things that I'm seeing here because you could potentially take this trade if it breaks above, but then we would be at exit one. That's the only problem is that we would already be at exit one, and we don't take trades at exit one. Anyway, you guys at least see what I'm seeing. But then again, it could come to here to this EMA. The EMA touch is a confirmation that I use personally, right? So it could potentially. So if it does come down to entry and it does touch EMA, potentially, I'll be watching this on my own. I won't be calling this on the call. What about 15 minute? RSI. RSI's at the top. And that's another reason I'm not liking, like I'm not fully confident in calling a buy limit with the 5 minutes because the 15 minute is showing that it's wanting to go down, which could potentially mean that it wants to come down here. That basically will have here. Let me not confuse you guys 1 second. So what we're waiting for right now, I'm gonna show you guys. So we have consolidation going on right here, obviously, right? We also know on the 5 minute, right? So when it comes to trading, when there's consolidation, we do not trade in consolidation. We don't, unless you're trading on the higher time frames, right? Let's imagine that this is a higher time frame over here. That is such an ugly line. I'm sorry, guys. right? Imagine we're on a higher time frame, then you can trade from here up to here. From there down here. Like you can buy, you can sell here, you can buy, you can sell. Like you can do that if you wanted to, but that's higher time frames. That's like 4 hour time frames that you want to do that in, right? Um, but when it comes to lower time frames, such as 5 minute, 15 minute, and 1 hour, and so on, right? You don't want to do that because it's deciding right now what it wants to do. There, it's consolidated, and you have a clear, like, oh, I can buy from down here up to the previous high. Oh, I can sell from here down to the previous low. Like that's what you can do in the higher time frames. When it comes to the lower ones, what we're waiting for is for it to either break up here, retest and keep going, or for it to break down here, retest and keep going down. So that is what we're waiting for right now. We cannot decide whether it's going to go up or down because we are consolidating right now and it doesn't even know if it wants to go up or down. Okay? Go ahead and drop a fire if you understand that. Oops, a daisy. I didn't mean to actually erase that. All right. It can do either. There's no way of predicting this. There's no per way of predicting whether it's going to go up or down. We have to wait for it to break either way, retest, reject the area, and keep going down or up. We have to wait. So as of right now, we cannot fire. So as of right now, um we can't decide whether it's going to go up and down. That's why I cannot call the buy limit, even though I like what I see. I still can't call the buy limit because it's such a low time frame that it either way could happen. And on top of that, we have this FVG here as well. It could fill it right now, or it can keep going up and make this a ascending triangle, pennant, flag, whatever it wants to be. It can be whatever it wants to be. Okay. I love these type of calls. See, here I can actually talk about more things rather than just the three confirmations, and I love it. Love it. Okay. Well, it is time. Does anyone have any last second questions? Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Because we just have to wait. We have to wait for that 5 minute to decide what it wants to do. We can even come down to the 3 minute, right? Like, look, it even tried to go up and it was rejected. See? You can see it actually went up to try. And this is I think this is a graveyard, if I remember correctly, this one right here. When it does this, I think that's a tombstone or a graveyard or something like that. I need to look that up again. I forgot the exact name. And that is usually, oh, I forgot. This is why I like having that poster. I have it next to me, but I don't actually have it up. Let's see. A gravestone doji. That's what it's called. And then the opposite way, the opposite, the one that's like this, is called a dragonfly doji. And they are neutral. It doesn't mean anything. However, still rejected that area. I need that poster too. I got them on Amazon, honestly. Completely honest. I just went with the one that actually gave you explanation because some of them, honestly, that I looked up back then, they were just a bunch of pictures. And I'm like, dude, that doesn't help me at all. I'm like, that doesn't help me at all, right? But anyway, so I'm not seeing any questions. Of course, of course. Thank you guys for hopping on the call as well and asking questions and interacting and so on, so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. All right, so like I said, I don't know what happened to my throat there. The Forex bases are very helpful as well. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, definitely go through those videos if you haven't yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. My throat got really dry out of nowhere, so I can't even talk anymore. But this is what I'm waiting for now, just so you guys know. So we do have a potential trade coming up for Euro CAD. If the Euro banks close, I might just refrain from calling this trade because the reason it's stuck here might be because Euro is about to close, but we will see. Other than that, for the weekend, you guys can watch Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those on the 5 minutes look absolutely beautiful. They just need to retrace first. They need to retest that area. So those are two that you can watch for the weekend. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Friday and weekend. I will see you all on Tuesday morning, most likely. And if you're on my YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to get more educational content on Chifu's Trading AI. And I will see all of you guys next week. Have a great, great weekend. Take some drink. Yeah, I would drink for sure. Bye, guys.